Okay, welcome to the final video, part 6. So as I said in the end of part 5, all we're going to do in this video is talk about price elasticity, demand elasticity in general. So in your exam you're likely to be asked to work this out. So let's make a start. So as a reminder, you need to know about price elasticity demand, price elasticity supply, cross elasticity demand and income elasticity demand. Obviously you need to know about all of those for your paper 1 questions, your essay questions. There might be a question on cross elasticity demand, income elasticity demand, any of those. So make sure you know all about them. For your calculations, some important things that you should really know by now is the fact that if the answer is less than 1, it means it's inelastic. So if it's 0.9, it's going to be relatively inelastic. 0.2, pretty inelastic. 0.1, 0.15. So 0. something, we're talking inelastic. For elastic, it's going to be greater than 1. So 1.05, 1.5, 1.8, 26, 256, 1000, or elastic. And if it's equal to 1, then it's going to be unitary. You don't really need to know about perfectly elastic or perfectly inelastic for your calculation questions, because it's highly unlikely that that is going to occur in your calculations. If you need any more notes on elasticity, they're all in your revision notes that I've shared with you on ManageBack. However, this is more about looking and running through a calculation. So let's get started. So using the same linear equations that we've done in parts 1 to 5, you could get asked a question at the end or partway through a linear demand or linear supply question. So for example, as we've worked out lots of information to do with this these linear equations, we've got all the information we need to for example, work out what the price elasticity demand is or what the price elasticity supply is. So let's work out price elasticity demand. Basically, we know that when we charged a €3 tax, quantity demand changed from 35 litres to 32 litres, okay, after the tax. At the same time, we know the equilibrium price for consumers changed from 32.5 to 34 euros. Remember, there's 2 prices when we're talking about adding a tax or adding a subsidy. So consumers and producers get a different price. Because we're working out the price elasticity of demand, we are taking the price for consumers, because demand is about the responsiveness of consumers to a price change, where if we were looking at price elasticity supply, we would look at the price that producers get, because price elasticity supply is the responsiveness of the suppliers, the producers. So just remember that. Okay, so we know that consumers used to pay 32.5 euros before the tax, but now after the tax they pay 34 euros, so an increase of 1.5 euros there and a decrease of 3 litres. So we can already probably see that it's more responsive to a change in the price, so it's likely to be more elastic. So let's do the calculations for that. So we know that this is the formula: percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price. So percentage change of quantity demanded equals -3 divided by 35. So the change in quantity demanded was -3. So if we go back, oh, there we go, 35. So it went down by 3, the quantity demanded, and we work that out, times by 100, it's -8.57%. So it went down by 8.57%, and the percentage change of price is increased by 1.5. So let's look at those figures. So yeah, it started off at 32.5, 1.5, went up to 35 euros. So the change in price was 4.61%, so it increased by 4.61%. So therefore, minus 8.57 divided by 4.61 equals minus 1.86. Okay, so that's a price elasticity demand. Because it's over 1, we can tell it's relatively elastic. So that's what you need to know for your exam. It could be price elasticity supply, price elasticity demand, income elasticity demand, or cross elasticity demand. Okay, and you could get an essay question on that as well, but there's likely to be maybe 1 or 2 questions in your paper about elasticity that you need to work out if you're higher level. So that's everything. Remember, I'm here to ask any questions, so make sure you use me. And you've got the revision sheets that include every learning objective that we've covered between the start of term and now. That could potentially be on your exam, so please use those. And good luck and use your time effectively.